India versus Pakistan. There is a reason why some people have always labeled this as the greatest rivalry ever. Because it has produced certain moments that have transcended into folklore. Many Indian fans, many Pakistani fans will be remembering it for either the right reasons or the wrong reasons. You could argue that India versus Australia, India versus England, India versus New Zealand or India versus South Africa, they have much better rivalry when it comes to the quality of the cricket that is there. But India versus Pakistan, the sheer drama, the emotion, the roller coaster ride that you're going to get, after 18 years you're going to play in Ahmedabad. That is the reason why India versus Pakistan, you will have certain iconic moments. After 2023, maybe there will be one more iconic moment attached, because in this video, I am going to tell you certain iconic images that have transcended into the Indian and Pakistani cricket folklore when it comes to the World Cup encounters between them. And you cannot go ahead without talking about this first encounter. India versus Pakistan at the Sydney Cricket Ground in 1992. India were kind of getting off to a good start with Sachin Tendulkar hitting a 50, but then when Pakistan were batting, Kiran More and Javed Miandad had a verbal exchange. More was constantly chirping behind, and then when he tried to collect one ball, he kind of leapt. He was always leaping. Miandad, clearly annoyed by More's chirping and the way how he was doing his wicket-keeping actions, he decided to jump around like a kangaroo, and that's where this iconic image came up. Miandad never to take a back step, but anybody to ruffle Javed Miandad, Kiran More did a great job in that. Javed Miandad normally would get into the skin of the other cricketers, but this time he was at the receiving end. It sums up Virat Kohli's statement. If you give it, you got to learn how to take it. Clearly, Javed Miandad could not take it. And that is why he had this very comical kangaroo-like jump, which went viral. If today social media was existent in the 1990s, this would have been the most retweeted, most shared photo that you could ever get in India versus Pakistan encounters. Fast forward 4 years later, 1996 World Cup clash between India and Pakistan in Bengaluru. Navjot Singh Sidhu's 93 and a brilliant blitz from Jaddu, or Jaddu at that time that he was called, 45 runs including 22 of Waqar Yunus's over, ensured India notched up a great score. But in response, Pakistan made a great start with Amir Sohail in particular enjoying a fierce tussle with Venkatesh Prasad. When Sohail hit one blazing cover drive that he had through the extra cover fence, he then told Venkatesh Prasad, I'm going to hit you right there. He pointed there and then like this. Prasad comes back, uproots the off stump as Sohail has a lapse in concentration. He tries to swing one through deep mid wicket. Unfortunately, his off stump is flattened. And Venkatesh Prasad pointed at the stump and then told him to go back to the pavilion. If you ever ask Amir Sohail this, he will get very angry and he will never talk about it. He has never talked about that entire exchange that he had with Venkatesh Prasad. So, it was yet again another folklore in that, and it is truly a magnificent sight that you saw Venkatesh Prasad all pumped up. Remember, in the 90s, he and Javagal Srinath were your spearheads, and they delivered some magnificent moments for the Indian cricket fan. But then now I look at this bat that was graced by God himself. Yes, Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar in 2003, that high voltage clash between India and Pakistan at Centurion in the 2003 World Cup. Shoaib Akhtar, remember, he was breathing fire at that time, and in 1999, Shoaib Akhtar had dismissed Dravid and Tendulkar. Tendulkar in particular, first ball with an in-swinging Yorker, reverse swinging Yorker, whatever you want to call it. The crescendo was set, 274. India had always won while defending. Now, could they chase? And boy, did they do it. And everybody will remember this iconic photo. I mean, Shoaib Akhtar bowls a short ball outside of Tendulkar, just uppercuts, reduces the pace, and it goes for a 6. 18 runs in that first over, and Pakistan never recover. Abdul Razak dropped a catch of Sachin Tendulkar, and 98 of the best runs that you could ever get came from the master. And he used this bat 20 years later to recreate what was that iconic shot indeed. And I'm glad I'm holding it because it's been touched by God himself. 2015, Adelaide. We all knew that a certain youngster was anyway taking the world by storm. Could he step up on the grandest stage of them all? India versus Pakistan in Adelaide. And boy, did Virat Kohli step up. 107 of the finest runs that you could get. And remember, he was going through the best purple patch in Adelaide. He had already hit 116 and 22 in the test match in 2012. Then followed it up with 2 centuries in the same test match, 115 and 141. And later on in 2015, a 107. He really wanted, that was where the comment came from, I would really want to roll this turf up and take it home. That was how significant Adelaide meant. And because of that, Virat Kohli's 107 set the tone for India's dominant league stage campaign in 2015. It all began versus Pakistan. What is it about Old Trafford? What is it about Manchester that produces balls of the centuries? Because you all remember in the Ashes, Shane Warne used to do that. And boy, if you look at it, Edgbaston, Old Trafford, he had produced 2 magnificent deliveries, 1999 World Cup, 1993 Ashes. Then if you look at it, 20 years later, a certain Kuldeep Yadav, a left-arm leg spinner, comes on and bowls a brilliant delivery to Babar Azam, one of Pakistan's most outstanding batters in the modern era. The ball drifts away outside off, it lures Babar Azam into the drive, but then it hits the surface and spins back in so viciously through the gate that you see this, he's bowled. Kuldeep Yadav produced a master of a delivery in that particular match and Pakistan never recovered. They were already blown away by Rohit Sharma's 140 and Virat Kohli's 82, and because of this, they managed to lose for the 7th straight time. And Kuldeep Yadav at that time showed who's the boss. Babar Azam being beaten by an absolute peach, and which was rightfully voted as one of the deliveries of the World Cup of 2019. Very few have come close to that, and that is why you saw in Manchester, in the Theatre of Dreams, you saw a very special moment indeed. So this is a collection of the iconic images that are there between India and Pakistan when it comes to World Cups. What was your favorite memory? Was it Tendulkar's uppercut? Do you think Venkatesh Prasad's 5 for 27 in the backdrop of heightened political tensions in 1999? Was that also good? You can tell that also. Was 11 good for you, the Mohali semi-final? You can all write to us in the comments below. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we're on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram as well. And we are just a short while away from the India versus Pakistan match. Stay tuned for more updates from Ahmedabad and from here also. Bye-bye.